Everyone, we are going to be playing some more Dave the Diver. We've, of course, been unlocking more stuff, so we are a little bit farther than last time you saw me. I finally unlocked the depths of the ocean. We get to go to the coldest of coldest areas. We've got Sharkfest coming up. We've unlocked phone apps. We've been doing so much. This is a phone. We get like a little Tamagotchi pet. And, I'm not a fan of it, but I want to get 100% on this game. I think this is going to be one of those games I'm going to try in 100%. So you have to raise 5 perfect fish in this if you're going to get that. So let's see, we got that. Let's change our equipment. We need to get rid of the tube worm tunnels and instead get short dash. There we go. Got our gun, got that. Alright. Let's go see the sea people. Bubble, welcome in. What opinions do I have for you today? I don't think it's an opinion, but I did learn things about music the other day that I know will upset people. Because I was listening to Spotify randomly, select music for me. And it gave me I don't even know what the song, Drift Away, I think is what it's called. The Give Me the Beat Boys, Save My Soul. I want to get lost in rock and roll and drift away. So I was listening to that song. Good song. Like that song. And I thought that was the same band group person who did the Pie song, the American Pie, drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Apparently that is not the same band. And then I also learned Song of the South, which I'm pretty sure is a Disney movie. Apparently there's a band called Alabama that has a song called Song of the South, and I thought that was like a Disney song, like they made a song for the movie, and yeah, Song of the South is a racist Disney movie they don't want you to see anymore. So when the Song of the South came on the radio, I was like, oh, well, this was made for Disney, but I'm pretty sure those two things are not related in any way, shape, or form now. At first, I was like, wow, he learned something about music, how nice, and now I'm just like facepalm. Okay, in my defense, my musical opinions are no longer the worst musical opinions in the world. The worst musical opinions in the world now goes to Spotify because they told me that Insane Clown Posse and Godsmack have similar sounds. So I think that's even worse than my musical opinions and thoughts. It's what Splash Mountain is modeled after. We're changing the theme of it. I don't think I've ever seen Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain? No, I haven't. I know Splash Mountain's not a movie, but I haven't seen like the physical Splash Mountain. Yeah, they're changing it to Tiana's Adventure. In other interesting discussions we were having, though, I was just talking about this with Emmy at last night. There is a lot of people who believe that Robin Hood is a real person. And I'm not convinced that Robin Hood is real, but apparently there is a sizable group of people who believe that not only was Robin Hood real, but Robin Hood was a Catholic man. And so someone asked, can we like Robin Hood as Catholics because he was stealing from people and therefore, that's wrong. So is it wrong to like Robin Hood, the person, the Catholic person? But the thing is, so this was apparently such a heavily debated thing. It was such like a big question that Catholic Answers, who's one of the biggest resources for Catholics and one of the groups that I want to write for, apparently they weighed in on this topic, and their contribution to the discussion was that if Robin Hood was a real person, and depending on which story you're telling, because there's a lot of myths, there's a lot of mythos to the Robin Hoods. They said if you go with the version where Robin Hood is stealing from the rich and giving to the poor, but specifically the rich are overtaxing and thus in a way stealing from the people, then no, it's not a sin because the rich were sinning by taxing the poor people into the dirt, where they're starving, and therefore Robin Hood was only returning their money, and thus it's not theft. So apparently the Robin Hood debate is so huge, even Catholics are weighing in on the debate. And I thought that was pretty amusing. I've never heard of Robin Hood being Catholic before. I don't think I've ever seen someone say that or accuse him of that, but apparently there's some people who believe that. There was also a shocking amount of people having this conversation. Now, I'm so glad you're here, Bubble, because I specifically had a question for you. Because your husband is a bodybuilder. So I assume he's fairly muscular and takes care of himself because he's a bodybuilder. So I've gotten onto the super toxic alpha male side of the algorithms for everything. And, the alpha males were saying they're answering other people's questions to show how alpha male they were. And this dude was saying that, like, oh, if you're trying to date a girl out of your league because she's so much prettier than you or so much smarter than you, then you can either A, go make more money, or B, go and work out. Those are the only two ways that you're going to be able to date a girl who's out of your league. So I made a response, saying that good looks, beauty, money, that all goes away. If that's why you're considering marrying someone, that's a terrible reason to try and get married. And so many people were like, no, it's perfectly valid to marry someone only because they're good looking, and that should be like your number one priority. So assuming that your husband is, again, bodybuilder, probably takes care of himself, could you name something else about your husband that is valuable to you besides good looks? Because apparently some people can't do that. Dexter's here. Yes, late night waffles. Let me explain why there is a late night waffles, because there is a story to be told for all of this.
Bubbles' partner's also Bob.
Yeah. So, I was driving home from work. As you know, I commute 100 miles every day. It is a huge, long commute that I absolutely despise, but I have to do it. So I was driving home on Thursday in the 100-degree weather, and my front driver's side tire completely blows out. Like, it's ripped and shredded, blown beyond repair. Now, the good news is nobody got hurt. My car wasn't damaged. I didn't slam into anyone. There was no one got hurt. So very thankful. God blesses us for that. So I pull over to the side of the road and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to get a tow truck. So I call the tow truck, but they say it's gonna be 2 hours. It's 100 degrees out. I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to be able to stay there. So I'm in the process of calling people and trying to figure out who can come pick me up, because I'm not gonna sit out in the 100-degree weather. And a state trooper pulls up on me, and I get a ride home with a state trooper, which is honestly pretty awesome. Though he said before he could give me a ride, he had to check my license to ensure that I wasn't wanted, didn't have a warrant out for my arrest or anything. And I couldn't tell you that would have ruined that day even more. Losing a tire, that's one bad thing. But getting arrested for a warrant I didn't know I had or something like that would have made that much worse. So I'm very glad I didn't have a warrant out for my arrest. So he brings me home, and I get on, day goes by, I call the shop, and the shop that they towed it to says, "Oh, we're not a tire shop. Why did you bring it us here?" Well, my insurance said that I had to bring it here. I said, "Well, we don't do tires, so that sucks for you, doesn't it?" But the guy was really nice. He talked to me and said, "Look, I understand this is stressful, this sucks, but I can help you out. So I will help you get your tire changed. I'll go to Les Schwab, I'll get you the tire, we'll do all this, don't worry about it." So I thank him so much. Turns out the towing company lied about where they put the keys. They said that they gave the keys to his assistant. He does not have an assistant, and they never got my keys, so he had to break into my car. We had to call the towing company. I had to get a bunch of people involved, and then finally, oh yeah, I just put it on the back tire because I didn't know what else to do with the keys. That's wonderful if you would have told us that in the first place rather than lying about it, but whatever. So we finally get my car back, we get the keys. He doesn't know where the keys are at, so he has to break into my car. And then we finally find out where the keys are, so we wasted time breaking into the car. We got another wheel, got it on there, so I finally got the car back today. During all this, I forgot about my work computer in the back of my car because I bring my computer to and from work. So I'm talking to my boss about, okay, possibly my work computer's stolen, adding to the stress of everything. So it was pretty terrible. And we got it all resolved today, sort of. They gave me a $500 bill that I'm pretty sure I need insurance to take care of because this is mostly their fault. I don't know. I'm going to have to talk to them on Monday because their office is closed now, so that's going to be more stress later. But it's like, you know what? I'm feeling pretty good after all that. I want to stream. I didn't get to stream much this week, so here I am, late night waffles. Okay, Bubble answered. Let's see what Bubble said. He is the most caring and loving person I've ever met. He is my rock who will fight to the death for me if needed and is so respectful. He is someone I can rely on mentally and physically when needed. He's the best and he's hot, but there are also other things. See, that's all I'm trying to say is that you need to have other things about someone you want to marry. If you're saying I'm marrying them because they're hot or because they have money, those things go away. But for Emmy, for me, Emmy would do anything for me. She makes me be a better person. She's always pushing me to be better. I want to be a better person because of her. She's always supporting me and mentally, physically. She gives me so much. Those are good reasons to marry someone. And quite frankly, I kind of think, if you still think that leagues are a thing, leagues are so middle school, high school, I'm not sure you're ready to marry someone if you're still thinking about high school leagues of, no, I can't ask her out because she's 2 leagues above me. Leave that stuff in high school. So much. I'd marry just for money. There was a time where I felt that way too, but Christianity has changed me so much and really come to respect what marriage institution means and what it does for us. And that was actually another topic I wanted to talk on today, was how much I see Christianity has changed me, because 5 years ago, 7 years ago, if this had happened to me, I would have been losing my mind, wishing cancer upon the people who lied to me, that ruined me, that's ruined my day. Everything's terrible. I would have been stressed out. And this time around, I wasn't too concerned, because I knew, what? God will take care of me. It'll all be okay. This will all work out one way or another. And sure enough, it did. So all that extra stress, all that extra hate, all that extra everything would have been unnecessary. I just kind of chillaxed, let it happen as it happened. I was far less stressed out about it, and you know what? It all worked out. So, people talk about how, going closer to God makes you so holy, and holiness is important, but it's important also to see, the other things that it does for you. This was such a huge change in my life. I would have never imagined being this stress-free about such a huge thing, So that's one of those positive things I want to take a moment to really appreciate. Dexter's doing good because Dexter didn't have to hear my terrible talking about music. Luckily, he just barely missed that. See, we need to get... This guy seems like he's in the right pose. Is this going to move his head? Yeah, this turns head. Okay. Oh, we're running low on air. I will say, as much as I've praised this game, I do not like this aspect of the game. I'm not sure why we have gone from fishing to these very, very basic puzzles. You know, I don't think not every game needs a 4th grade kind of puzzle, you know? Like, it's okay for us not to have this. I just want to fish, right? That's all I want to do, is I just want to fish. He tried to convince us he doesn't have the worst musical opinions. I was just saying that Spotify has worse opinions than me if they think the Insane Clown Posse and Godsmack are in the same genre. That looks like it's fairly right? I feel like I got this. Maybe this arm needs to move a little bit more? I feel like that matches pretty close. Does that not look exactly like the picture? I feel like we got it pretty spot on. There we go. Okay. I was gonna say, I feel like we got that pretty good. I just want to fish, man. I want to go hunt sharks and manta rays. I don't want to solve puzzles. Give me the fishes. Also very excited, get to shoot a wedding on Tuesday. Got some more gear coming for that. One thing, if you ever become a professional photographer, you never have enough gear. You will always be buying more and more and more and more and more. So, I'm pretty sure between the tires and all this, I blew my budget for the wedding 100%. Joann's has their whole Halloween collection online. Really? Well, that makes it easier, right? You don't have to deal with stores anymore, or do you still want to go into the stores? I know that like online shopping is just as good, but sometimes it doesn't beat the feeling of like going physically into the store and seeing and, you know, touching and being involved. Don't shoot a wedding, there's enough shootings happening. There was like a record amount of shootings apparently for the 4th of July, which was just mind-blowing. Like, though the one that was the most sad that I just saw though was there was a kid who was just shot and killed over a jet ski dispute. Like, as far as I could tell from what I was reading, 2 guys were fooling around on a jet ski, and one of them got mad at the other because they said that you were swimming too close to my kids. And the altercation escalated, and they pulled out guns on each other, and they shot a random bystander and killed a 7-year-old over a dispute with jet skis. Like, I hate to say it, but that's the most American-sounding thing I can think of, right? Like, in what world does a tiff over jet skis turn into a dead child? It's so absolutely outrageous. And the worst... But not the worst. One of the worst parts of the story, I guess I would put it, is it was the kid was out with his grandfather, and his grandfather did the right thing. He grabbed the kid, you know, put him in the car, and the grandfather got shot too, but it shot his pinky off, and so now the grandfather has to live with the guilt of, I was just trying to spend time with my grandson, and he got shot and died in my arms because we decided we wanted to go play around at the lake and someone else couldn't handle their masculinity being questioned or whatever it was. I don't know. I don't know what goes through these people's mind, but I can't help but think that a big part of it is this alpha incel mentality that's just infecting the world. And I do this whole series on YouTube where I call out hypocrisy. I call out hypocrisy in Catholicism. I call it out on Christians. And I think it's time to start calling out some of the manipulation, hypocrisy, and bad things that are coming from the alpha community, because these people who call themselves alpha, and even worse, the people who follow them, it's such a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with wanting to work out, with wanting to look good. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have a certain personality, but it's infecting these kids so much where, like we were just talking about, they think, oh, the only way that a woman will date me is if I'm rich or if I'm super muscular. The only way people will respect me is if I walk into a room and pound my chest and say, I'm the alpha, you're all beta. Like, it's such a stupid way of thinking. And I try to be reasonable. I try to be nice. I try not to call people stupid. I try not to pass judgment. I try and be a good, non-hypocritical Catholic. But when it comes to the alphas, I'm sorry. I have to call the alpha movement stupid, and I have to call out the people who are involved in it as harmful. These dumb 12-year-olds don't know any better, and they end up following these people like Andrew Tate, who are literally gathering women and allegedly selling them off for money. Like, it's a cancer on our society, and I can't be kind about it anymore. I can't find kind words for it. Emotional maturity and accountability, self-awareness are the most attractive things in a partner. See, the problem with that, I don't disagree with you. I think you're absolutely right on that. But to find that trait attractive, you have to have a certain amount of self-awareness and accountability yourself. And I think that is part of the problem, is that not enough people have that trait, and that leads to some of why this mentality spreads. Where'd that fish go? I know you're back here somewhere. There he is. Dude, this fish is great at hiding. Come here. Stop hiding behind the rocks. Got him. A blobfish. Problem, none of these people are true alphas. A true alpha is more of an old-fashioned mentality. Work hard, provide your family, respect your partner. See, one of the things I just insist on telling people is, if you have to tell people you're an alpha, you're not an alpha, right? Like if we look at the terms in the animal kingdoms, the alpha gorilla doesn't have to tell anyone he's the alpha gorilla, right? Like, they know because of his actions that he is the alpha, right? Like, that's not something that he has to walk around announcing. So when you have to walk around shouting to everyone that you're the alpha, like, that's broadcasting that I don't think you are. Because it's the whole walk silently, carry a big stick. There's a certain thing. I think this is actually something a lot of young Christians need to realize too. And I was going to do a whole thing on this at one point, but I haven't gotten around to it. But there's something to be said about silence, and especially in Christianity, suffering in silence. There is a lot of younger Christians who, as soon as they encounter any sort of problem in their life, or, they're struggling with something, they immediately go and post it online for the whole world to see. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying, you definitely, if you need help, talk to people, go and get the help you need. That doesn't necessarily mean you need to go onto TikTok and say that I go online and look up, naked pictures, or I have a problem with imagining things with my sister, or things like that, right? Like, you don't need to announce that to the world. And there's a certain dignity and respect to a little bit of suffering in silence. And again, I'm being very careful with my word, because I know there's the whole toxic masculinity that goes into it and men who've suffered in silence for so long. And I'm not saying that at all. I definitely understand that men need mental health. We need therapists. We need people to talk to. We need friends. All that is. But there's also comes a time where you say, this is a problem that I need to deal with myself. And I don't necessarily need to go onto TikTok and announce it to the world that I'm struggling with this, right? So there's it's like most things in life, right? Extremes cause problems, whether it's extreme on one side, extreme on the other side. Oh, shoot, that narwhal is kicking my butt. Holy cow, that thing almost took me out in 2 hits. You know, it's good to go get mental health. It's good to talk to people, but there's also a time where you just need to put your phone down and say, you know what, I need to handle this problem. And then you go and handle it. And that's again, talking about Christianity, because I'm a Catholic streamer. I talk a lot about Christianity. You know, a lot of people come to these forums and they say, you know what, I'm dealing with this sin, and I've prayed about it, but I'm still sinning. What do I do? It's like, okay, so you've definitely pray. Praying is a good thing. We talk about prayer, so that's good. But what are you doing about it? And they say, well, what do you mean that I'm doing it? I'm praying about it. No, you've got to do more than just pray about it, right? Like, you gotta put in the effort. If you're struggling with certain things on your phone, then it's time to say, you know what? Let's get rid of that phone. Let's put on app blockers. Let's put on other things. You got to hold yourself a little bit accountable. You can't just say, well, I've prayed about it, but it's not working, so, it's up to God now. You got to put in a little bit of effort yourself. You should take 100% take to YouTube with a ukulele. So I can play bass guitar, and I'm actually, our local library is running a summer reading program for adults, and they are doing a giveaway with a ukulele. So for every hour you read or something like that, you get an entry ticket into this thing, and it is a avocado ukulele. And I am trying very hard to read enough to win the avocado ukulele, because that sounds like an absolute blast of fun. I can play a ukulele. I assume I can. I can play a bass guitar. I assume a ukulele's the same thing. Don't do the ukulele thing right now because there's a girl being reamed for pedophile stuff and the memes are rampant. Oh, I had no idea on that. Music stream when? Actually, if you were a true Waffles fan, then you would know that I used to stream Rocksmith and play live music on my streams a long time ago. And I have thought about doing it again. It is a blast to do it when I do that. I don't know if I'll get hit for playing songs because there's actual music and such. So I don't know if YouTube or Twitch will say no, you're doing bad. But it is a blast, and I haven't touched my bass guitar in a while because I was gonna pick up the piano, but that is no longer in the cards. Ooh, look at that! I just captured a giant shark. Look at that thing. What is that thing? Bye-bye, shark. A Greenland shark. Ooh, we gonna eat good tonight with that thing. It's a horrible situation. I haven't deep dived, but it is. Yeah, I saw one thing about it, but okay. I don't use TikTok anymore, right? I got rid of TikTok. I only use YouTube. So anything that's happening right now, I won't know about it for 3 weeks, 4 weeks until it catches up to YouTube. So I'm not up to date on memes and the most pressing news, right? Because it hasn't come to YouTube yet. So tell me about the ukulele again in a month, and I'll probably know what you're talking about. Ooh, big school of fish. You're mine. Apparently not. All right, we need to get out of here. We're close to out of air. Colleen Ballinger is who we were referencing. It actually started on YouTube. It might have started on YouTube, but not on YouTube Shorts. You know, everything goes... It starts on, like, TikTok, and then it goes to Instagram Reels, and eventually it'll make its way to YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts is... Well, actually, YouTube Shorts used to be bottom of the tier, right? But now Meta is doing their threads. They're trying to fight Twitter. So I'm guessing that YouTube... Or excuse me, I'm guessing that Meta Threads is probably now going to be the new, like, out-of-touch bottom tier. We are going to drown. I am trying to find the mirror that lets me out of here, but I cannot find it. We need air or we need to leave. One or the other. Oh, this is not good. Let me out. Let me out. Take me back to the boat. Woo! Cutting a little close there. She's trying to pretend that she and Miranda Sings are two different people and that she did no wrong. You know, there are a lot of outrageous defenses out there. And I'm pretty sure that's basically referred to as the Shaggy defense, right? The "it wasn't me," like that's literally your defense is "it wasn't me." Like that doesn't work in real life, I don't think. I mean, it made for a great song. That was a wonderful song of... I'm pretty sure that was a 90s song, maybe 80s, but just being like, "it wasn't me" isn't exactly a solid defense. She's trying to Shaggy herself out of this. Love, can we get sushi and go to Joanne's after stream? Certainly, we can do that. We can certainly do that. Hopefully my other tires don't blow up, because that would be the worst ending to all this. Spending all this money and time and then another tire pops. Like, I don't want to jinx myself, but could you imagine the absolute horror? Because I certainly can. If I lived near you, I'd come. Sushi and shopping for horror things. That I can honestly say that's one of those, like, if I went back to visit myself, 13-year-old me, and said, "Hey, when you're 30 years old, you're gonna go with your goth wife to go buy sushi and look at spooky things at the craft store." That is certainly not any future I think I would have ever predicted for myself. But I am happy for it. It is the happy ending. No, don't be sorry. It's the good ending. It's the good happy ending. The bad ending would be me spending a Friday night eating a Hungry Man meal and watching Family Guy by myself. That's the bad ending. Tamagotchi fell asleep. All right. Check our fish. Everything's good there. Speaking of sushi, let's go make some sushi and hire. I did peek at all the people you can hire for this game, and I got one of the ones that I really wanted. We can now hire El Nino, the luchador. We definitely want to hire him. Yeah. Okay. That cost a lot of money, unfortunately. What type of sushi do y'all eat? So, I still do not like fish, so I usually get vegetarian sushi still. It's still pretty darn good, but that's what I stick with is vegetarian sushi. Emmy says salmon, cream cheese, cucumber, and chicken katsu. Chicken katsu is pretty good. I definitely no denial with that one. Ooh, blue tuna fish rice bowl. Looking pretty good. Alright, let's serve a tuna fish rice bowl. Let's serve a Hawaiian poke bowl. Speaking of poke, did y'all see that Pokemon Sleep is on pre-order and coming out soon? Because Pokemon Sleep is coming out soon. Make your own chicken katsu roll is a fun inside date thing. Just order the katsu from the kitchen menu. Extra sauce, sushi rice, buy the seaweed from the store. I will tell you, that is the one thing I do not like on sushi is seaweed. Seaweed is so overpowering. I cannot stand the taste of seaweed at all. It is... No, not a fan of seaweed. Alright, we got our menu set. We got our staff hired. Let's open the doors. I eat salmon mostly, a little tuna. I'm pretty sure we once tried to make sushi tuna rolls with like tuna from a can. I liked it, but I like tuna from a can, so, you know. I know that's not exactly authentic. Ooh, I think I hear Amazon packages are here. No? Shame. Let's get our wasabi going. That sounds gross. It's pretty darn good. It's pretty good. I mean, sushi from a can is, or not sushi, tuna from a can is just unbeatable, right? Like, you could just eat tuna straight from the can. Kind of like pork and beans. You could just open up a can of pork and beans and just eat the pork and beans raw, right? There are certain things that are just... Not a lot of things are good straight from the can, but tuna's good straight from the can. Pork and beans are straight from the can. Well, those are the ones that come to mind. Can't think of any of the other ones that come to mind, but those two for certain. Pickles, but that's more of a jar than technically a can. I'm pretty sure you can get a canned pickle, though. I'd eat a canned pickle. Ooh, look at that money. We finally made some money. Alright, we gotta go hunt down a beluga whale now. Or dolphin? Whale? Alright, what do we need? We need a picture of something, a novel fish in the giant blue hole. The fish radar will tell us about undiscovered fish. Alright. The humphead parrotfish. Okay. So we have to find this rare fish by tomorrow. Alright, we can do that. Gotta go to the boat wreckage. Let's check on our little buddy. How are you doing, little buddy? Not very hungry, but you're not feeling very loved. Alright, let's play games then. Alright, fish should feel some love. Let's give him a shot. Get rid of that skull. Give him a little discipline. And how about a snack? Perfect. Okay, fish is taken care of. Let's check our eye diver. We need to upgrade our knife one more time. Oh, but 2 salvage drones. Okay, we need the second salvage drone. We really need that, so... Alright, we need to make some serious money because we need to upgrade the dive knife. Let us go and find the parrotfish. I should have brought my tranquilizer gun, but, you know, regular bullets can be pacifying too. Oh, I hear the tuna. There's a tuna swarm. We should probably catch some of those dudes. Those tuna are good money. Speaking of tuna... Oh, there's a giant shark in the way, too. Come here, giant shark. Woo. Oh, good. No, no. The tuna. The tuna are interfering. Alright, let's take you back to camp. Let's get out of these tuna away. No. Don't kill me, tuna. Alright. We survived the tuna. We got the thresher shark. We need some air already. That was a bad fight. Stupid tuna got in my way. It's okay. We still got this. We can salvage this. We can still make this work. Avoid that shark. Go over here. I think there's usually air somewhere over here. No? Oh yeah, there's. Okay. There's the air. Ah, and the dart gun. We needed that. Alright, with our trusty katana, we are going to go take down a shark and a parrotfish. Dude, I'm having a terrible run here. These sharks are kicking my butt. Should have just went to sleep. I would have kept you alive if you went to sleep, but I guess not. Alright, we need air again. Ah! Air! Look at that. Kelp. Alright, on to find this parrotfish thing. I'm pretty sure it's just a regular parrot or a parrotfish wearing a wig, but, you know, whatever the magazine wants. Okay. Here we are. Ooh, a sniper rifle. Let's break that down. World of Warcraft is going to be running here soon a hardcore server where if you die once, your character is permanently deleted. So we will be playing the hardcore World of Warcraft server, at least for a little bit. Ooh, giant shark. Giant hammerhead shark. We want that. Come here. Go to sleep. Ooh. Oh boy. Alright, go to sleep. Come on. Oh, he's getting too close for comfort. Too close to comfort. Let's heal. There's this all-you-can-eat place by us with just sushi. There's tons of kitchen stuff, too. All-you-can-eat sushi does sound pretty wonderful. I'm pretty sure we don't have one of those near us. That is true. We do have a sushi place that opened up where we used to have a hometown buffet, but I don't know, something about sushi buffet just seems sketchy, you know? Like, I don't know. Buffets are usually pretty dirty in our area, so I just can't imagine a sushi buffet not being dirty, you know? I'm definitely open to being wrong, and I would definitely be glad to be wrong, but... Alright, fall asleep. You fall asleep too. Grab the rope. Alright, I don't see the parrotfish, so maybe it's actually in the shipwreck, so let's go in the ship and see if we see it. Alright, we're looking for a wig on a fish. And maybe some crabs. I know there were some crabs down here last... Oh, there are crabs down here still. Okay. These little buggers. Oh, and they're guarding some ammo. These crabs are a huge pain in the butt. There's an all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue place around the corner. There's a Korean barbecue place that opened up near us that opened during COVID, and they're still there, so I imagine they're probably pretty good, right? If you manage to open a restaurant during COVID and stay open, I have to imagine that you're got some pretty good food, because COVID was not easy on restaurants, so I'm really excited to try them someday, but their prices are... I'd say they're pretty steep, but now that it's $50 to go out to any restaurant, I guess 50 isn't so bad, but they're a little on the spendy side. Oh, there's the marlin. I was wondering where to find that fish. I've never seen one of those. Oh boy. This is bad. Fighting three things at once is not great. Whew. You almost got me there. No, little fish in the way. Oh, this is not good. Okay, we're running. Those can't fight two things at once. Ooh. Dude almost got me. Alright, you guys win. I'm gonna come back with a bigger rifle though, so... You know... Celebrate your victory now, but I'm coming back. There's a string of all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue places opening up all around. Those seem fun too. I'm pretty sure we don't have an all-you-can-eat restaurant anymore. Our buffet closed. which is probably good for me as I'm still trying to lose weight, and all you can eat is kind of counterintuitive to that. But I love me a buffet. Alright, that run didn't go so well. So we're going to have to take some bigger ammo down there. Got Thresher Shark. Okay, we did pretty good though. We got a new fish at least, so that is good. Alright. How are you doing? You're growing up? Okay, a little bit bigger. Feed you a snack. And let's play a game really quick. Said I really don't like doing this, but I really want the a clear achievement for beating the entire game, 100% of it, so... Alright. Going back down. There's another boat wreck I can think of that we should go check maybe too, but... We're doing this. I'm not going to be beat by a couple sharks. We're just going to take the big gun down there and teach those sharks a lesson. Ooh, there's a lot of fish down here. A lot of little fish. Hello, little fishies. You will all be sushi someday. Today is not that day. You are lucky. I've got other things to do right now. Ah! Sharks! Dude! Why are y'all so violent? I have done nothing to you. I guess we're running from the shark. That was a terrible run. What a waste. Not even 1 minute. Didn't catch anything. We brought back a stick of wood. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Let's go to the farm. So we can keep making some vegetable sushi, because that sells pretty well, but... We need to get some nutrients for our soil, man. Those are doing terrible. Look at how terrible that soil is. We're gonna have to buy nutrient compost put in there, because that nutrient is bad. All right. Go to check on our fishes. See if there's anything interesting here. And then we'll make some sushi. And then I think that'll probably be about it for today. Alright, what do we got here? We got a lot of fishes here, so let's send those to the kitchen. Send you to the kitchen. Send you to the kitchen. Alright. And you to the kitchen. Alright, that one's good. Got some long-nosed sharks. Over here, I am growing giant whales and jellyfish. Look at those mega mouth sharks. Got something new here. We got also we got one of the Greenland sharks. Okay, we got that giant shark in there. Look at all the stuff we got in here. Alright, we got a little bit of everything, but we got to get rid of some stuff. I want to breed sharks, I think, so we will keep that open. And so we need to go out night diving one of these nights, because we need to fill up the night depository of fish, too. Oh, there goes my camera. I did buy something to solve that. I bought a battery that will last a little bit longer. So that my camera doesn't die after 1 hour streaming. It's your kid's birthday on Tuesday. That'll be fun. What do you got planned? Alright, here goes the Iron Chef Challenge. With probably a ridiculous cutscene. Gonna have a little cake, but the fam's gonna come by for a barbecue. Cake and barbecue, excellent. Prep the carrots, okay. Prep the onion. He's gonna be 2? How the time flies. This is the most ridiculous minigame ever. Making sushi. Coat the fish with starch. I feel old. I feel you on that. Going to bed is... Or I was talking to my mom about how, like, we go to bed while the sun is still up. Like, it's still light outside when we go to bed. Let me tell you, that makes me feel old. 'Cause... Like, I don't even see... My mom was like, hey, did you see the sunset last night? I was like, I don't see sun... Like, during the summer and fall, I don't see sunsets, like, at all. I wish I did, but... Only during the winter when it's dark at 5 do I get to see that. Alright. Frying the fish, frying the fish. Perfectly fried. I can't stay up late enough to see the sunset. Neither can I. I definitely feel that. Alright. Alright, stir frying. We're almost there. Almost there. Get ready for some food wars. Darn near perfect, a 99. Alright, we are the Iron Chef. Let's make some sushi. Let's make some money. Got 50 likes and $1,000. Let's research some new sushi. These cutscenes are my favorite part of the game. They're so over the top amazing. Blobfish spring rolls. Alright, what's on the menu tonight? We can't serve anything shark still. We have to save all of our shark for Shark Day tomorrow. That shark, I have a lot of shark. Holy cow, I've been catching a lot of shark. We don't have a lot of stuff to make money tonight, do we? Oh, here we go. Narwhal sushi. Let us improve the narwhal. Alright, that's some good narwhal right there. That's probably enough servings for the day. Alright, let's do it. Bring on the customers. Oh, Dave, you run too slow. Gotta make more wasabi. And pour some beer. Alright. Pretty good night. Apparently I'm really bad at pouring beer in this game. There it is. Pretty good money. Alright, my camera's dead. Emmy wants sushi, so I think that's probably about a good place to stop for the day. Oh, it's Shark Night tonight, though. Very excited for that. So let's save. As always, we will end with our prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for helping me through these stressful situations in my life. Thank you for being there, and thank you for your effect on me. Thank you for all that you have done to help me grow as a person. Help me to continue to help bring others to you, Lord, so they can experience the same growth, love, compassion that I have felt, that I have experienced, that I've gone through. Lord, as we continue to have record-breaking weather, we pray for those souls who have nowhere to go, no shelter, no water, whatever it may be. Lord, help them to obtain what they need to survive in these harsh times. And finally, we pray for those who have no one left to pray for themselves, those in purgatory, the holy souls, awaiting everlasting entry into your kingdom. Lord, please help those souls to be purified so they may be worthy to be in your presence. All this we pray in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Well, thank you everyone so much for joining me today. I probably will do a Waking Up with Waffles stream tomorrow, because as you know, I wake up at 5 o'clock on the weekends and have nothing better to do. So I'll probably see you all tomorrow morning. Thank you all for dropping by, chatting, and hanging out. I truly appreciate it. Have a wonderful, blessed evening, and we will see you again soon.